No, I try to get a souvenir out of every museum I visit, and I decided to get this. It's not a traditional bobblehead doll, or it's not traditional. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not gonna open it. I'm gonna wait for him to die, and hopefully he dies before me, so I can see how much this is gonna be worth when he's passed away. There you go. Nonetheless, no, the title of this video. I remember reading in Ebony magazine, a real black man knows that the white woman is his enemy. I'm not too sure about that. I remember this was about 10 years ago. I was downtown and this meter maid was a black woman. I was parked illegally. That's the first thing I did wrong. Was parked illegally. She was putting my license plate information in her little handheld thing. I thought she was going to try to give me a ticket. So I said, hey, no, don't do that. So I reached for it. Poor impulse control. Mistake number 2. So then and my reflexes were slower than hers. So because she reached it away, and she hit herself in the face. But she thought I did it. And I didn't know this at the time either. You put your hands on a parking attendant, you going to jail. So nonetheless, I get charged with it. I got released on my own recognizance, so I did about 12 hours in jail. And when it's time for me to, go to trial, I got to get a public defender because I don't got no money for a lawyer. So I get the public defender. It's a white lady. And, she defended me well. She basically dug up her criminal history and saw that she was involved in things. She didn't say specifically what it was, but I'm thinking it was like petty theft and stuff like that. So it's basically a character assassination so that we can get your name cleared. And I was with it. And not so you got a white female that's looking out for you. Even though it's her job, she still did her job. She didn't have to defend me like she did. She defended me to the hilt. And it just so happens that at the time I was doing security, and I was doing it in a high-rise apartment building, high scale and stuff. Just so happens, mere coincidence, the prosecuting attorney happened to be living in that apartment that I was security over. So she remembered my face. I was always nice to her, and they basically let me off. There was no probation. There was no pissing in a cup. There was nothing on my record, and I got the parking attendant girl. It was her mother, and her aunt, I think. They were trying to get my security license suspended. They were trying to get me prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law. I've never experienced anything like that. And, I can't agree with what that person said in that Ebony article. Because when I look back over the course of my life, any black female that has actually helped me has been a blood relative of mine. And if I've gotten help from a female that wasn't related to me by blood, where they looked out to the point where I'm like, damn, I ain't never had no females look out for me. It was a female of another race. You know what I'm saying?